What are you waiting for? Attack! Hold your asses!
Come on, comrades. I don't know why we're comrades. Communists.
Shields, for fuck's sake! Cover yourselves! Wait till I raise the ladders.
Oh, is this Bernard? We got Bernard with us. Okay. I don't have a shield, so please don't hit me with the arrows. I'm going up first. Can I get a sword out at the same time? No. Guys, come on me! You ain't even up the ladders yet. On me. Where are you bastards? Hello? Hey, guys. How you doing? You're not pushing me off. There's hardly anyone here on the battles. Okay, nice. There's no one here. I mean, they don't have many guys, right? We already knew this. We should outnumber them easily. Oh, that's not fair. You're meant to be hit. We swapped, guys. No, we swapped again. Nice. Oh, did he just charge through me? Oh yeah, I have that perk where I can knock people over by charging, but I've never used that. Only chose that because there was nothing else right to choose. Seems like a shit perk. Okay, which way are we going, guys? You want to go that way? Okay. I'll follow you guys. We're gonna stick together, right? Go to one part of the castle to the other. Clear them all out in sections.
Faster! Clear those battlements!
Yeah, this is clear. Okay. Ooh. Oh, I'm being stabbed in the side. Hello. Oh, he's forgotten about me. Oh, let's see. Get out of the way, yellow man. You don't want to be in the corner, guy. Hey, it's my turn to stab him, guys. Come on. Is that team friendly fire? I don't think so. Poor guy. Nice.
We've got them! And now from the south! We'll charge them from the rear!
Someone's in my face. Move. Ooh. Nice. How you doing, guys? All good? Nice. Good job. Where are we? This is the gate, right? It got destroyed here as a whole. What a bloody shot, mate, that was. I'm in a private area, really? How did they go? This way? I'm in here. What was that? Okay, do we not want to go into the living areas? Should I help out? What does he want me to actually do? Just attack. I guess I'll help out first. No, I can't really hit anyone. It's too busy. I'm going into the the living area. Stephanie's through here, right? This is her room. No. Maybe I didn't clear out the courtyard. Hello? No. Okay. Alright, I'll clear out the courtyard. If they were anywhere, I would have thought they would be up here in their room. I know there's another floor here, right? No. Okay, yeah, no. This one? Okay, yeah. Alright. Hopefully they're doing okay without me. Sort of emptied out a bit more anyway now that there's more room for me, even if lost a few. I mean, maybe they're being held where the old hostages were, in the building behind. Oh, we've got outnumbered. Maybe I shouldn't have gone. Oh, no, not him. This guy. Maybe I should have helped instead of looking in all the rooms. We've lost a lot of men. Hey. Yeah, I'm being hit, Henry. Turn around. Okay, there's just these two guys left. Bernard handled a few on his own, right? Nice. Okay. Wasted a few of my men's lives, I think, searching the empty rooms. I guess they're in the tower then, behind us? Who is this in the foreground? Guy with the beard. Who is that? Do we know who that is? That looks like me with a helmet on. Same player model?
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanish.
Well, still a dangerous situation. He has hostages.
Istvan! It's over!
Let down your hair. He's gonna throw someone out the window, right?
You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzig? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, we're all noblemen here, all bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions.
I don't.
If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
What men? They're all dead. There's only one guy in there.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom.
I don't believe him.
What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship. But Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Smart.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then he'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none.
Who cares?
And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
It's like, there's two of them, guys. Come on. Why are they in close quarters with Radzig? I guess it's hard, because he can just easily slice his throat. But
Bring the horses.
come on. Is there an opportunity here?
Here she is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish,
Stephanie.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
You know she cheated on you, right?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
Sorry for fucking Henry behind your
Didn't know
back.
who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No,
Wonder what Divish would think if I told him I fucked your wife.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
Look, he can run. He
Everything
can break.
goes as agreed. I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us, I'll kill him.
He's not even got any bonds on him. He could have easily ran to our side.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough.
Yeah, I'll make sure of it.
Oh, I almost forgot.
Oh, my sword.
Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
I look forward to it.
Good. So do I. We still haven't found the bloody bald moustache man.
Quick! To the battlements. We have to see which way they go.
Where the hell does the other king come into this? Do we just not fight them at all?
Oh, they really are heading for Skalitz. Mount up, Henry. You've heard what he'll do if we follow them. We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
Yeah, me and Capel can go and kill them. Like, are they going to run off to the bald moustache man? Like, he's the one who killed my parents, right? Not this guy. He just has my sword. Good job you got that big, bright yellow bib on your hull, so they won't see you coming, will they?
What will you do now?
Not long ago, I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really could do something for Ratte and its people. Something really big. But there'll be plenty of time for that later.
Hopefully. At least I got backup. Glad you're with me. Because probably can't die, right?
What shall I say to him?
Don't worry. It'll come to you. You'll see.
Well, I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
This is quite a turnaround, isn't it?
What do you mean?
How long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Has it only been that long?
Like that?
Before that, I was chasing wenches around.
We're not doing anything.
Digging turns. And now look at us. A pair of veterans.
I was an apprentice blacksmith, not a turnip digger.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
I wasn't making turnips, was I, blacksmith? How do you think you get your clothes and stuff?
The way you found Toth. Sneaking into Brannick all on your own? Well, what I mean is, hats off to you, Hal. You wouldn't catch me doing that.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
I also thought I had my cover intact.
What do you think? Will Toth keep his word?
He's a noble, right?
Yes. So am I.
Saying you wouldn't
So
then.
Radzig will be there.
He has no reason to just not let him go, unless he takes him with him, I guess. Right? Wouldn't have any meaning to just kill him, right? Would be the point. He doesn't seem like that kind of guy, right? It seems like a schemer.
There's no sign of them. Move on.
God damn, those hooves are loud. Thought we were being bombarded by a trebuchet.
There!
Is he dead? Oh, he's okay.
I'm glad to see Istvan kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I have twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
I want to come join the action. Need to get my sword.
You alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
Ride shotgun with me if you want, if I'm going back. I hope I'm not. Oh yeah, a lovely home that I had to sleep outside in some stupid little hut because you didn't say I was your son.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess cleared up.
And catch that bastard. How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
And where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young.
Mm-hmm.
It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner.
So my mum was my mum.
Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
Well, he knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing? Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
Not like me then. I love war.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah, the sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it.
The bald moustache man.
I'll never forget his face. Or his name.
That's his name, okay.
Mark Vart von Aulitz.
No, it's Bald Moustache Man. That's his name.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Though I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did.
We are going to get to do that, right?
It's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things.
There's not going to be like a sequel to this game, right? This isn't the end, is it?
On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
It's a good horse.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front. It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
These are good people, right?
I think I know.
The traitor.
It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
I guess maybe this is the link to the king, right? And the German guy we get to kill. It is as well, isn't it? That's the end. Maybe it's DLC. I had that quest in my log that whole time to get revenge on the German guy, and I'm not going to get to do it, am I? No? You would think this would be main game stuff, right? To do that, not a DLC. So maybe there's going to be a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I guess. Oh, I'll have a look at the DLC to see if you can do that. If the DLC is just like random side quests and things that, like I said before, I don't plan to play through them because they've had mixed reviews, and like I know you should do things yourself, right, to make your own mind up and things, but I'd rather play something else. That's not to say that I haven't loved this game. This game has been so good. I love it. It's great. As I said before, the simulator side of things, the medieval simulator, living in a medieval world is amazing. That first feeling when I first opened up the game to be in Skalitz, that first mission, I felt like I was in there. It was great. And that didn't leave the whole time I was playing. The only time I got sort of sucked out of that feeling was like the guards being a bit all-knowing, and sometimes it's a little bit buggy with some things, right? But I think that's to be expected from a AA game, because I mean even in AAA games you still get a bit of bugginess, right? Like Fallout, for example. But man, what a great bang for your buck. £6 this cost, and I've spent about 55 hours, I think, and not 55 hours that I've regretted. The quests have all been great that I've done, like the hunting ones, which I feel like you shouldn't complete everything in a game. I feel like you should choose what you want to do. Like some people get a bit bogged down in thinking they have to complete everything, right? And then they go, it was a bit tedious, some of the quests. Which, like, we don't have to do them. No, I didn't do the hunting ones because I would have thought it would have got a bit tedious doing all those. But all the others I thought were great. The side quests were great. The main quest story was good. I feel just a little bit let down that I couldn't go on to kill the bald moustache man. Like, this not linked to what happened at the start of the game. Can't get revenge. I will double check to see if there's not DLC that deals with that. Because if there is, then I will do it. Otherwise, I'll have to wait around for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, I guess. Kingdom Come Revenge, whatever they call it. Which is good anyway, because we haven't dealt at all with the Usurper King or any of that stuff in the background. Like I said, I thought I was going to be fighting for the Holy Roman Empire. That was completely wrong. I feel like we need more story to deal with that stuff and not just something that's added on right at the end, right? So in one way, it's a good thing. That would be dealt with in a whole new game. That is hopefully will be good to play. But a lot of the mechanic stuff I liked as well. The pickpocketing stuff is the best mechanic I've seen in a game. I liked that a lot. The combat itself was really rewarding when you knew how to do it. Bit of a steep learning curve to learn, but once you learned it, it was really fun to do one-on-one duels mostly. The big fights, the set pieces, wasn't so good, but the one-on-one duels was better. Because you actually had their focus and attention, right? The guys, like, in the big duels, they sort of just wandered around, like, hitting different people, and you're sort of losing track of people you're hitting. I know maybe that's true to real life, I guess, but it was all a bit busy, right? That just might be a personal preference to me, fighting, rather than being a criticism. The bow was very rewarding as well once you learned to aim. I felt like my accuracy definitely increased with it, the more I got to use it. I'm glad I didn't cheat and got a mod. Henry was okay as the main character. I think maybe sometimes he annoyed me where, because I'm trying to play Henry as a dickhead, that I couldn't say so much in dialogue choices. Like, he would just come out and say things automatically that I disagreed with. Like, he would complain about someone doing something a bit dodgy after just, like, murdering someone in their sleep before bed, right? I wish I could have played him more evil than the choices allowed you to. Wish there was a bit more choices in the quest. I played it as best I could in an evil way, without being just a murder hobo. I know some people will think that I could have been a bit more evil than I was, but I don't equate murdering random people to being evil. Like, I mean, yeah, sure, those two things can go in hand, but it's a bit lazy way, I think, of playing like an evil playthrough. I'd much rather do like all the criminal stuff, you know, kill people when it's a bit questionable when maybe you shouldn't. Like when I killed those guys instead of just stealing from them, right? Those old couple at a farm. Or murdered all the sick people in Sasso rather than treating them to give them a quick and painless death when they were just suffering from like the cold or something. But yeah, great game. I recommend it if you haven't played it. Thank you for watching these 36, 7-ish episodes. I did play them out in like a 1 hour odd sections, which is a bit different to how I normally do. Let me know if that is something you like, or you would rather the sort of 20-minute episodes. I mean, for this game, I feel like the longer episodes were better because there's a lot of dialogue in them. And to really get things done in an episode, I feel like they had to be longer. But I know some people would prefer shorter episodes. So let me know if you liked them that way. But yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will be moving on to something else now. Probably. I'll see. I'll look at the DLC to see if there is anything that finishes off that sort of main story. But I'm guessing it's probably going to be saved for a sequel to this game. So maybe back, question mark? But anyway, I hope you join me for whatever I play next. And I will see you then in the next video. Bye bye. Oh, got an epilogue. Maybe this will give us clues to anything we can do. Oh,
Doing well, son.
hello.
Father. Come now. You know who sired you.
Doesn't make you less of my daddy.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Amar.
Where am I? If I had some of that devil's herb back in Usitz with the woman.
I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right.
How far we come from being a blacksmith's son who couldn't deal with lowly bandits outside of Retire to killing everyone in our path.
I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows.
My mum is just so important in this game. I didn't even give her a name.
Make her proud.
Right. It's just called Mother. She didn't have a name. And she's actually my mum. How cold as well. Why didn't you come say goodbye to me?
Oh, don't go. No.
Hello?
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn.
Who the fuck are you?
Sir Radzig wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away.
We're still playing. I guess this is probably a lead up to
What is it?
the story, what I was talking about.
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot.
Got odd trousers on.
Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here. Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Maybe we're going to learn, right, what is going to be the story of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. With this Jobst guy. He's their cousin, right? Of the two kings. Yeah, okay. We're still playing. Okay. Yeah, Epilogue. See, this quest, Vengeance, right? It's been in my fucking quest log this whole time. Mark Fart, bald moustache man. Epilogue. Go to the upper castle during the day to meet Jobst. So I guess this is how you can continue to play the game.
Show me what you've got concealed.
Are you kidding me? I'm the fucking Lord.
Be quick about it.
What?
What? For security reasons.
I'm the Lord. Get lost. Are you fucking kidding me? I still got to deal with you guards.
That's all well and good, but don't bother me with it. Stand aside before I lose my temper.
All right, go ahead then. Keep your hair on.
Keep your hair on, don't get your knickers in a twist. I can't believe that's still a thing. Why have I got to deal with those stupid guards? Where am I going? Oh, the other side, okay. I was going to do a quick Google search just to see if it is going to be DLC, see what the DLC is like, or if it is the new story, but I think this is going to give us our answer.
Ah, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
Steve Jobst.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
Are we late?
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Radzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Hello, John too.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're all agreed, Your Graces, that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
The question is, which king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur, that King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing. Sadly, his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, In return, his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation
Bald
has
moustache
gotten
man.
completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Berghof is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
Don't all speak at once.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghof, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghof know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like Skalitz? We have to put a stop to this senseless war!
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes.
Why not? I'll go and visit Bergov at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Bergov would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Gutenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Am I doing this now? How much is there to this epilogue? Okay, I thought maybe it was just going to be setting up the game.
I expect it would be best to write
For
your name.
Kingdom Come 2? Talk to Radzig? Maybe I am.
So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be travelling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Who is the League of Lords?
The League of Lords and that Bergov we're off to see. Who are they exactly?
The lords of the powerful houses. Heinrich of Rosenberg, Otto of Berghof, Heinrich of Radetz, and others. They're unhappy with the way their influence declined after Wenceslas surrounded himself with the lesser orders of nobility. They abducted the king years ago and made him bow to their will. They got away with it that time, and now they've joined forces with Sigismund and done it again. But now it seems that Sigismund's behavior is starting to rub them up the wrong way, so they may well be thinking twice. We'll see what Berghof has to say.
Okay, I've heard of the Rosenberg guy because that was the guy who sent that old soldier with the big moustache to sniff out the coin, right? The counterfeit coin, who I spared, but then later died uselessly when we went to go to the coin forgery in Skalitz, right? Okay. I don't care for anything else here.
That's about all.
Don't need the big lore dump.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And good luck, son.
Learn things as we go along. Okay.
So what do you think of it all, Sir Village?
Give me the letter.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop here on the way back. By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
That guy's voice is very out of place.
Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but Slaughtering and pillaging a horde of barbarians, quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Gutenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
Silver mines.
That makes sense.
Still unnecessary, though, isn't it?
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle.
What could go wrong?
We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Where the hell is this story going here? We're going to get captured, get held prisoner or something. How much more game is left? I thought we were done. Got 85 questions. Okay, that is where it leaves then, I guess. Congratulations, you've completed the main storyline. If you like, you can still embark on side quest activities or just wander the world. Yeah, no need for that. You can end the game any time afterwards by riding off the map with Zahan's cape on squad. Okay, that's how we end the game.
Come now, Hal. My men are mustered in the courtyard. We can get going.
Yeah, I'll be joining you straight away. I have nothing to do here with quests, but they're all done. Didn't get given like any new ones, right? This is where we find Mark Fart, I guess, in the epilogue. Because this is still here, right? Where we know the sword is, that's gone. It's probably just going to be an ending cutscene, right? It's going to leave on like a cliffhanger for either a DLC or a new game. I will double check, like before the recording's finished. I will double check to see what the DLC is, just to check that it doesn't continue the main story. But I'm guessing it's been saved for a sequel.
So, can we set off now, Henry?
Yes. Don't need to like repair my stuff. We're not going to get into a fight, right? I don't think so.
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse. The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting as eagerly.
Like, it's just going to end, right? It says, like, this is going to end the game, so... I'm thinking it's just going to be a cutscene. Like, the only thing we didn't get done, right, was stealing the necklace from Lady Stephanie. That's one thing I don't get from this game. Those two very hard picks. Why was there a difference between being able to do one and not the other?
So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Radzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord.
So we can be best of friends now? We were anyway, right? Being a blacksmith. I guess the relationship has changed to one with more respect.
What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggar's belief.
That guy isn't going to be there, right? The guy who has my sword. The guy we let go. That isn't where he's run off to, where we're going.
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a...
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trust in your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
You guys not listen to the introduction to this game? No newspapers around, no? As a lord, I feel like he should know that already.
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't double-crossed him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
I think it's not the fault of the common man, though, right? They didn't do anything wrong. Guys just like took revenge by slaughtering innocents. That's not a sort of king you want, is it?
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite there being several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel.
Derb, son, what's all this conversation? This is a very slow ending to the game if it is going to just end in a cutscene.
And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
We came with a company. Where have they gone? It weren't just us two, right?
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him. And his castle is apparently quite impressive. I'll be interested to see for myself.
Can we not go faster? Are we going to the edge of the map? Hopefully, I guess we're going here, maybe. It's taking ages.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council? Little wonder they're back at their old tricks.
So we don't need to ask like Radzig all these questions because you sort of just learn things as you go along, right? You know, if I wanted to know everything, I'd just sit and read the fucking codex if I was really that bothered. I ain't done that once. Who wants to do that? Don't ever do that in games. Goes back to me just saying like about you choose what you want to do out of a game, right? Doing what quests you want and stuff. If you choose to do everything, it lessens the enjoyment, right? Just do what you want. You know, some people will want to listen to a whole lore dump of stuff. I don't want to listen to all that. I listen to some things, you know. I have interest in knowing. Right, I ain't gonna just exhaust all the dialogue options for NPCs for no reason. Maybe all this stuff, maybe they just ran out of game to make this into one game? All this stuff that's happening now? Because what is all this long build up to the end of the game if it's just going to end in like a cutscene? How long does this epilogue go for? I thought we were just going to get like a setup for the story. What will happen next? See, this is one of the other things that annoyed me about this game. It's the escort sort of things where you're stuck following some guy. Like, what is the point here? He's not even saying anything. He hasn't been saying anything for like 3 minutes or something. We're just riding very slowly with each other by a horse. Can't even sprint. Right. What are we doing here? We're stopping to camp.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Yes. This is the last time to end the game. Yeah.
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite.
The end. Right, I got an achieve, so this is the end. Our guys have caught up with us.
Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that whoreson who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Cheer up, Henry. I have a feeling you'll get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming.
Okay.
Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
There must be a sequel. I'll check to see if any of this is DLC, but I think it's probably a sequel. Preparing for the second game. The end. Yep. See what I mean? That long walk on the horses of just this chat, and then it ends like abruptly with the Cutscene there, which I knew it was going to. Bit of a weird pacing, right? I'll just double check now if this DLC. So you get an answer rather than just like sitting around wondering if there ever will be more. So we have one that adds treasure maps. Don't care. One that adds settlement building. Don't care. One that adds tournaments. Don't care. One that adds some sort of romance storyline. Don't care. One that adds more skirmishes. Don't care. And one that adds stuff as a woman. Don't care. Yeah, so there's nothing that adds to the end of this game. And news of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is meant to happen 103 years after the events of Bohemia. So that doesn't make any sense to me. What happens? I'm so confused. We wouldn't continue on this story? So this has just ended like this abruptly? We're meant to just like imagine him getting revenge on the bald moustache man? That can't be right. Oh, I swear to God, if they don't make a second game that continues Henry's storyline, I'll be so disappointed. Like, I get kind of annoyed with games that they don't wrap up the story in one thing. It's like books, right? I'd like that if it starts, I'd like it to end satisfying. This hasn't been completely satisfying with the way it ends. Well, I was sort of giving it forgiveness if they plan to make a second game and they spend the whole game on rescuing the king and all that stuff, which they might well still do. I hope they do still do that. And I hope this news, in quotation marks, I say news, about it being over a century later with a new character is not true. I don't want to play a new game and sort of learn things that has happened with Henry without us actually participating in them. I'm just sort of a bit annoyed that I had a quest in my log the whole time to get my sword back and revenge on the bald moustache man, and that was like sort of my goal the whole game, and that just didn't happen. It's just finished with unfinished business, right? But it's not enough to sort of make me not enjoy the game. I still love this game for all the reasons I've already said before when the credits rolled. If I played this game right now and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was already out and I played that immediately afterwards and it continued on this same storyline, I would have no quarrels at all, you know. But it's because I don't know what Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to be about. That sort of throws things up in the air when I read like rumours that it's going to happen like 100 years later. That will really annoy me. Because it's the same with TV series, right? When a series ends on a cliffhanger, if you've got Netflix, right, and the series is out already, you just binge watch it straight away. But if you're watching it in real time, right, and the series leaves on a cliffhanger and you've got to wait like a whole year to watch it, it's really annoying, isn't it? But when it comes to TV series, you only have to wait a year. When it comes to a game, you wait in how many years? Like this came in 2018. I'm playing it 4 years later. There's still no sequel out. I hope that when a sequel does come out, that it does continue the storyline. I haven't forgotten about it and still have enough excitement to play. But yeah, enough ranting, sort of, kind of a rant. It's a rant from a place of love because I love the game. Thank you again for watching. This time it is a goodbye. I got an achieve to tell me it was. I'll see you in the next video. Much love.